Now it's time to go over the sessions and the times we traded. Again, because this is a very simple strategy that we use, a very simple style of trading. We're going to simplify it even further by only trading a few hours every single day. Now, back when I first started and when everyone starts in Forex trading, they usually just spend a lot of hours backtest and forward test the market to understand how it works. For me, I was spending 14, 15 hours every single day, sleeping the rest just to understand how the market moves. Fortunately for you guys, you do not need to spend that amount of time because I spent it, I created this course for you, and now you know how to trade exactly how I do. You don't need to waste any single time, any single hour to understand how the market works. So the most important thing that really elevated my trading, really made me a lot more profitable, was understanding there's only 2 moves every single day. So that's 2 moves every single day that I can catch, 2 setups, either a buy or a sell. Second thing is there's only a few hours every single day where those 2 moves happen. So if I miss that time frame, if I miss those hours, then there's no point in trading. Also, there's no point in trading between those hours. So this is why this video is here. The trading sessions that we're going to trade are London session and New York session. So London and New York. Now, depending on the time zone you live in, for me, I'm going to use my time zone because I'm from Romania. So Bucharest UTC +3. For me, London open is at 10 a.m. and New York open, the true New York open where we look for positions, is 4 p.m. Those 2 hours are our kill zones, how they're named. Now, there's additional sessions that you need to know. So that's Frankfurt. You only need to know the open. So 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. for my time. And then you also have Asia session before that, which is another really important key to our trading plan every single day. Asia session usually starts from 1 a.m. my time and closes around 8 a.m. So those are the times we use. You're also going to have access to the sessions script that's going to be posted in the Discord, and that's just going to show you the basically all the sessions. So let's add that. Let's see if it's added. It's not added. So I'm going to add it in a bit and come back. So for the session script that's going to be in the Discord, just paste it here and then add to chart, and it should load up slowly. If it doesn't, then that means, see, it got added. So the correct settings for it is basically, we're going to remove the red line. So that's going to untick this. And then for sessions, basically we want to use, for my time zones, the settings are going to be, so for my time zone, these are the settings. So Asia session is going to be from 1 a.m. all the way to 8 a.m. And then we're going to have Frankfurt open 9 o'clock and then London open 10 o'clock. So the times we're going to trade in are the green square, which is London open, which is from 10 all the way to 11. We're going to look for trades, 10 to 12. And then New York, we're going to have 4 p.m. all the way to 5 p.m. So between 5 p.m. and 5 p.m. Is going to be a move, and 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is going to be another move. So if you watch the chart here, you can see the drop here on EURUSD happened exactly at 10 a.m. And then you can see we had another move here exactly at 4 p.m. It gave the entry. So because I analyzed this data over time, over months and years, I understood that there's only 2 moves that we can catch every single day. And there's only these 2 hours where trades happen. So that just removes a lot of stress from trading, because every single day we come on the chart, we know we can catch 2 moves. And we also only need to watch during those 2 sessions. So for London session, I usually recommend only watching it for 2 hours. So those are the sessions. Times we trade in are going to be London session from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. So 2 hours. And then New York session is going to be from 4 p.m. Let's try 4 p.m. to usually 6 p.m. is a good time where entries are gonna happen. And we also need to understand there's only two moves. So for example, today London Open and London Session had a sell position. So there was no point in looking for buys just because London sold off. So London had the sell off. Usually what happens when we have a reversal is London Open comes in, let's say it drops, and then in the first 30 minutes on London we see an entry to go the other way. So when that happens, usually we see the entry and then price starts flying the other way, and London just came in to take the position. But if price continues in the next 1 hour, let's say from 11 a.m. price is still bearish, then it's most likely going to continue bearish and there's no point in looking for buys. But if price comes aggressively into an area where we want to look, for example, in this case, we're looking for buys below this Asia low. If price comes in the first 15-30 minutes, we can start looking for buys. So here, for example, I took a buy, which was a break-even trade, but because it came in, even if price was really bearish, overall it was bullish. Because it came in the first 30 minutes of London Open and then it gave a buy setup, I executed the buy. We had a small reaction and then price just failed to go lower, to go higher. And this is a dead time for us. Why? Because if price hasn't moved to the upside, then most likely it's going to continue down. So that is why we placed break even, we took break even and price dropped. And now again, because next session came in, so New York came in and it gave a buy setup here. We executed the buys here. We set break even and now we're waiting to see if price sustains the upside. If it does not, then most likely that was the move for today, not enough volatility and price will continue lower. And we go over from the next day. So that way we only watch the charts to a maximum of 4 hours every single day. We look for two setups. If we miss the moves, then we know there's not any available move. A lot of mistakes, a lot of traders make this mistake where they look for entries all the time. So they look for entries after London Open all the way to New York. After New York, they look for buys, sells, buys, sells. They're not sticking to the fact that there's only two moves happening. So that just removes just removes a lot of losses from your trading plan and your trading journey. So that is why I recommend it. Now, another thing that I need to point out is moves can happen outside of these areas, of these hours, but usually from my experience, it doesn't really happen that often. So we're not going to see every single day setups that happen outside those trading hours. So as I analyzed the data, I understood that the best way to trade is just sticking to these hours, because usually, let's say 70 to 80% of times, the big moves happen in those time frames. So there's no point in looking outside of those zones, of those time zones. So that helps us understand and really simplify trading. That's one of the most important things actually for me that really changed my game and made me way to better profitable. And this thing right here is what made me a lot more profitable in my career. So that is why it's a main key in our trading plan.